While I was recovering from my sprained ankle, it seems the coldest part of winter has passed. Well, both my ankle and the bike are feeling pretty good. It's my secondary bike, a flat bar road bike for city riding, which I've been riding since early last autumn. But lately, every time I pedal, it makes a creaking sound. It's usually the chain that causes trouble in situations like these. When I do chain maintenance in winter, my hands tend to get rough. But this year, I haven't touched them at all, so they're perfectly smooth. They have a nice healthy color. So it's a bit warmer now, so we can do this, right? This is the original chain degreaser I received as a sponsored item about 3 years ago. It's still left because I've been slacking off. I'm pretty sure it's the chain, but just in case, I'll remove the crank once and clean the inside too. I haven't really ridden it all that much, so I don't believe it's severely worn out. Sponsored item about 3 years ago. It's still left because I've been slacking off. When I loosened this bolt just now, it was surprisingly loose, so you probably assumed that was the issue, didn't you? No, I actually went ahead and loosened it up beforehand. Applying this much force inside usually leads to injury, so I loosened it outside first. It's the minute cooking approach. The cracking sound of the chain. We've done it many times already. It's a classic. It's usually things like the chain being quite old and worn, or it's completely lacking oil, or perhaps this chain ring here is loose. This is a bit suspicious though. The chain ring, or maybe this crank, or the crank itself doesn't match this chain, but this is probably for 8-speed, right? The 8-speed chain and the 8-speed derailleur are also 8-speed, so I don't think there's a problem here. From the sound, I don't think it's the bottom bracket. Since we're going to do it, we might as well clean the inside while we're at it. One possibility, if I had to guess, is that I put this together while shooting a video for it, so the fasteners on some of the parts might not be quite tight enough. Rushing the video's completion makes maintenance sloppy. The crank was pretty tight, but this BB cup was quite loose, I noticed. Loose enough to turn by hand. This side. Is this what it was? I think I might have done this one. You are definitely right about that. Because I was recording a video, I remember doing this part somewhat carelessly. The actual problem is what comes after this. I don't like how greasy it gets, so I often neglect it. But I'll put some in anyway. Some parts can seize up, you know. The bottom bracket's different though. It's not making any rattling sounds. This BBUN 55 Tradition and Trust is quite heavy. I think it's much better to thoroughly wipe off all this dirt here. When I tried polishing this crank's blade pretty aggressively, I noticed it's quite worn down. But even so, it's not quite at the end of its lifespan, just yet. So this part that was clearly loose, I'm going to make sure to tighten it up properly this time. Honestly, I usually just hand tighten things. And even these bolts around here, which are prone to being overlooked, I make sure to tighten them properly during the shoot. One more push. Now the crank area is perfect. Next up is this one, and this is where the real work begins. I really don't want to do this in winter. I'm always stuck cleaning the chain, this part here, and this one has no quick link, so it's not the one. This is the one. Now you'll have to get your hands all greasy just to take it off. Constantly reattaching and detaching it like this. You know, that could actually be the reason for the creaking sound. It's a pretty thick one, you see. I mean, it's an 8-speed chain. Well, aren't you being a bit too particular? As I'm doing this right now, things are just crumbling and falling all over the place below. And all this grease is just dripping down. I've told you countless times. This is absolutely not something you should be doing indoors. Yeah. Is this about right? Okay, so was that it? And while we've been talking here, I think the water's probably boiled by now. Alright, I've brought over some really hot water. And now, into this freshly boiled water, we're going to put this chain degreaser. Let's just splash it right in there. When it's winter like this, A hot pot is just the best, isn't it? A chain hot pot. Wow, that looks so delicious. Oh, a really nice broth is coming out now. The cleaning power is so incredibly high, isn't it? These chain degreasers, maybe I should try changing it out. That was a bit much. And then after you've given it a good shake, it pops open and then back. It's really gotten quite clean. Almost all the dirt has come off. I mean that after all this effort, the noise should definitely be gone. I'd expect so. This section probably isn't the issue, but I'll check it just to be safe. Oh, if this is loose, it could certainly be making that noise. No, it's not. It hasn't loosened. No, I mean the pulley. It's better to do it indoors. If these little pieces fall down, it's going to be a real hassle. No, I think I'll just stop this now. Oh, the room is going to get quite dirty. So I'll go ahead and thread the newly refreshed chain. Reconnect this pin that I wasn't able to completely drop. The key is to know exactly when to stop here. Of course, the manufacturer does not recommend this particular method. Yeah, the chain feels like it's recovered to about 95% of its original state with this. And for the final touch, it's this oil I received from Gotaru-san. After all, this is a prototype I was given even before its official release. Still remaining. You really should be oiling it much more often. I always end up overdoing it with the oil, don't I? I'm sure this much effort will be more than enough. This was all about the chain maintenance, getting everything perfectly prepared for the upcoming spring cycling season. Sayos. I'm not so soft that I'd simply fall asleep just like that. Once the bike's maintenance is complete, even if it's the middle of the night, a cyclist's destiny is to ride out. I can't help myself. What do you think? It's quiet now, being the dead of night. Is it ringing? Even if I apply the full brakes and pedal, it won't make a sound. Even if I apply the full brakes and pedal, it won't make a sound. It didn't. No. No, wait. Even if I fully open it up and stand pedal, it's not ringing. All right, with this, our preparations for spring are absolutely perfect. Should we just head straight to Lake Biwa from here? My legs will die.